I've just done a big old description of all the stuff that I've been doing, and I hadn't pressed play or record all together. What is it, the 80s? Oh yeah, we are talking a great big fat huge X-Wing fighter. It's a snap type kit. It's basic, but it's a good fun challenge. I've seen what it looks like when people do it in a sexy way. We've got lots and lots of gun housings, engine housings, flappy bits. Not quite sure what the flappy bits are for yet. I think they're to go on the engine housings. This afternoon I shall spend a little bit of time fighting with it. Engine covers. I've decided not to light it. I'm not going to let the frustration of lighting frustrate me, and I'm just going to enjoy the project. And wings. Bosh. And last but not least, check the size of these. Look, that's my hand. They're as big as a hand. I've got tiny hands, but shake your face. So it's like all like that, all the grey, all like that, and then all of that lovely intricate work that I've done. Doesn't mean a jiggly puff, because the first thing I'm going to go and do later on is spray paint grey over it. I do, however, have to mix a really good grey colour, which is difficult because I've bought loads of white and I've bought loads of RAF grey, and I think it's like I'm just going to put a drop into a pot of white until I get the colour that I want, and then I'm going to go for a tiny little smidge of flat flesh, because the X-Wings definitely have just the lightest, faintest, sexiest little soupçon of a beigey, browny. It's not white, it's off-white. It's like an eggshell kind of thing. Bank holiday, Sunday morning. I can't do this on Monday because I had to work Friday and Monday, because that's just what being self-employed is about. It's a bit shit, isn't it? I showed a very quick snippetto of the X-Wing that I've been doing. I'm really trying to find the inclination to do a Smodels video channel. I've taken a shitload of photos of this thing, but planning videos around building models is the most contradictory thing in the world, because I'm itchy, I've just got up. Making videos, planning videos around modelling takes the joy out of the modelling to such a degree that I'm enjoying the modelling so much I'm not doing videos about it. Unlucky. I'm trying to make a really studio accurate model of Red 5. So I'm taking unfortunately, a quite inaccurate model, the actual physical plastic model, and trying to make it the best I can. It's something that I really enjoy doing. It's the same as painting Transformers, isn't it? It's taking something that's almost there and then making the wonder come out of it by using the right colours and that sort of thing. Anyway, so this is what I've done so far. Red 5. Last time you saw it, it didn't have any red and it didn't have any of the yellow on the nose or anything like that. So let's go in close and show you some of the stuff that I've done. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. It's entirely up to you. I don't care. There's stuff that isn't working on it. Can you see there's a gap at the back there? And I can't work out how to close that properly. So I think I'm going to have to pull it apart, shave some stuff down so I can push it all together a bit better. That's going to be interesting because it means going to be scarring some of the plastic, and I'm not really up for that. We'll see how it goes. I'll get some plastic tools. However, so I painted some goo on the things. I've done as much as I can to emulate how it actually looks on the studio model. So, Red 5 emblem on the wings. Scratched all the paint off in the places that it's scratched off in the actual movie. Same with that one. Scratched all the paint off in the places that it's scratched off in the actual movie. If you look on the nose, as I go down, I've taken as much paint off in the places that I can where it is you've guessed it, in the movie. Same as on this side, scratched it all off so the paint chips are missing in the place that it is in the actual movie. And done the same on this side and just scratched her all down. I've done the same with the emblems on the bottom, but there are very few photos of the underside of Red 5. Bit of a weird thing. I've painted the spine on the back a darker colour grey. It's not how it's actually supposed to be, sort of. But I'm gonna tinker it. These, the wing cannons. Which one comes off easy? That one comes off easy. So the wing cannons, if I do that with them, can you see how that tips perfectly straight? It wasn't like that on the plastic one. So this outside piece is a piece of plastic tubing. This inside piece is a piece of brass tubing. So I took there onwards of the plastic one that came with it, measured it all out so it's pretty much the same. Sawed it off, sanded it down, drilled a hole inside, put a brass rod through, put the plastic over the top, filled out so the plastic fitted the brass rod nicely, and then I'm going to remove this bit because it's not fitting properly, and then I'm going to epoxy these into the holes that are remaining like that. It bugs me slightly, it irks me because they're a little saggy, but by the time I get some 5-minute epoxy, shape everything up, put it in there, that'll do nicely. So, little bits that I've done, little bits that you don't often know about. There's a panel there, which is the same colour as the cockpit. The cockpit's a bit too green. I think I'm definitely going to build another one of these. Once I've learnt some of the irks from it, I'm going to build another one of these. So, that bit there is green. Okay, that panel there is grey. I've got ancillary colour panels on the nose there, which are grey. I've got a little panel there, which is grey. I've got all the parts missing that need to be in the right places up here. I've got this dark grey bit here, if you can see it nicely. That really needs filthying up. In fact, probably my best plan is I'm going to mask it. I'm going to gloss this because I want to put an oil wash over the top of it, and when you gloss it, it means you can take the oil wash and leave it where you need it, and then put a matte clear coat over the top to dull it down again. That's probably on today's thing. But that bit, some of the darker bits, so that dark bit there, the dark bit on the nose there, the dark bit there, the bits that make it look like it's been shot at and they've taken panels off of something else and just bolted them on to make it fit in the meantime. Those bits are going to get panelled up, so it's just the original textured paint underneath. So when I put the oil wash over the top, those bits are going to be a lot more mucky than the rest of the ship. That's the plan. So I've done the little blue accents over the top of the engine cans, and then I put goo underneath, but then I actually just took a knife like they did in the film, and then I just scratched it off so the white appears underneath. And to the best of my knowledge, the positions of the scratches are about as good as I can make them to the movie. The blue panel there, again, in the film, you don't ever see it. You don't know it's there when you watch the movie because everything moves around too quickly. There's a green accent panel in there. No one ever knows that that's on there. So, and this, when I say no one ever, loads of people know. Lots and lots of people know. What you don't know is that when you buy a Red 5 replica, whether it be a snap type kit like that, whether it be like the little Bandai ones, or when you buy that sort of stuff, they're wrong. It's all wrong. Everything's just wrong. All the colour accents are in the wrong places. They're never correct. And I just got on this little journey of trying to make it as sexy as humanly possible. So today's plan, before I get to gloss anything, is there's a little accent, green accent in there as well. There's a couple of sort of people arguing about whether that green accent's in the right place. I've done the best that I can. I'm going to paint the tops of all of the accent details in here with a lighter grey to bring them out, and then I'm going to look really close with my lovely tablet and paint a load of coppers and steels and stuff like that on all of the gubbins and all of the wires that go in here to bring that up. I'm going to do the same thing with the back panel on here. I'm going to paint all of the coppers and the gunmetals and that that sort of stuff in here. I'm going to take a dark grey colour and I'm going to put a dark grey around the edges of the cans where the engines meet the actual engine bodies. I'm going to dirty all of that up to make it, but I'm going to do it very directionally to make it look like it's going, you know, in the way that the ship would fly. I'm just going to filthy her up to the best I can for now, and then later on when it's appropriate I'm going to make her look even more dirty. There's her from the bottom. She's quite plain on the bottom, but that's sort of normal plain. It's a space plane. I've not really showed anyone much of Red 5. I'm not making videos about it. It's all about actually just getting out in the shed and painting stuff. My name's been SMS number 1 and I'm a smodeler. So I got massively shitty lighting in here, but yesterday I did a little video talking about X-Wing, and I spent the day up the shed. Woo! I spent the day up the shed. I did some bits and bobs, and some days it just goes right. I'm really scared about gluing these on because if I cock it up, it's forever. Because I'm going to use epoxy. We'll see. So we've now got a dirty nose. I've got a focus button on here somewhere. Focus, and then I've got dirty nose cones, and then I've got now sort of little accents around. Little accent. You can see how little accents around all the bobbles and nozzles and squabbles and wobbles and focus. And then that looks all quite nice. Can you see the brown staining around the edges of the panels, which I'm finding quite sexy. And as we go up, we've got the hole where R2's going to go. And then on the back here, I have given all of this quite a substantial ink wash in brown and just made it look all mucky and horrible and yuck, which I'll pick it up in a moment and show you some better stuff. But I did the engines. So if we go over the wing, can you see the wing has got a bit of a brown, let's focus again. Wing's got a bit of a brown wash to it. The grates on the engine, on the wings, bit of a wash to them. And then you get up to the engines themselves. So I've got the little white scratches on there. And as you'll swing the camera cover. So as we go down, I've got, sod it. In fact, fuck it. Fuck it, because I swear, screw you, man. I just do. Fuck you. Let's pick it up. So, I've got mucky bits there, which goes down, and it's very much like the original. I've got the scratchy bits on there. I've got loads and loads and loads of different tones, which I'm still building up. There's lots of oil washes on there, which is looking kind of sexy. And then the engines I have murdered in a beautiful, beautiful way. And then the same on the other one, look. And then more mucky, grunty, yucky, horrible crap. And then speckles and fleckles and teeny weeny squeeny bits, and then and then if I show you sort of an overview, can you see either side of the spine down the back there's loads of little speckles and tinty bits and stuff, and all of that adds to the dirt. None of it's defined. So I've in the back here, that's all washed out. I've done all of this stuff. Can you see inside the wings? If I go whoop like that, you can see that the big stripes of dirt and muck and grime in the wings are all where they're supposed to be. I'm very pleased with it. There's brown bits of muck, dirty scratches and marks on the wings, and this is all fluid and natural, but all kind of where it's supposed to be. I'm very, very pleased. Underneath there isn't a whole hell of a lot at the moment. I've got to do some more. I've left it slightly dirtier underneath, but then I've done the torpedo launchers. I've done it on the other side as well. Torpedo launchers. And it's just, I can't In many ways, I can't believe it's mine. I set out when I started making this thing to really make just the most nicest Red 5 that I can possibly make. And then, oh, fucking fuck. I've done the back with more rust and grime and muck. And the more I go over it, the more I'm just pleased with it. It just looks dirty and used like an old girlfriend. My name's been SMS number 1, and tonight I'm going to maybe epoxy some guns on, but I'm going to get a permanent pen and I'm going to draw dots in permanent pen where the bullet marks are, because there are gunshot pits on the wing of this particular one on the original, so they're going to be on mine, and I'm going to get my Dremel out and just Dremel the little dots that I make, and then I'm going to put specks of grey and then black and then put oil paint on them and just make little streaks where they've just hit, and that's what I'm going to do.